for practice, and just so you get your circular breathing going, you can use a cardboard tube. Now, I urge people to go from this to getting a nice Aboriginal didgeridoo like that one there. But just for practice and for ease of finding an instrument, you can use a cardboard tube, about that size there, is good for the mouth. You can use other piping as well, pipes, but this is a nice didgeridoo. I'll just show you. And put it on the table. And it plays perfectly well, and it's a good practice one to learn the circular breathing, which I'll go into in a minute. The original one I played, I'll just play one more time. This is about the middle. This is the one from North Australia. There we had a few animal sounds in that one. So with the circular breathing, and I'm talking about this because in the past year I've been trying to work out a way of describing how best to get this circular breathing happening. It's to play the didgeridoo and other wind instruments too. You can play it on trumpet, etc. You've got to learn to breathe from here, the cheek area, and of course you're breathing into your lungs via the nose, because you've got a didgeridoo here covering the mouth. You've got to snatch the air in quickly into the lung area, and I'll exaggerate a bit, but in down here, low in the lung, and you're replacing the air that you're driving from the cheeks with this air supply from the lungs. So you're going from into the nostril quickly, in filling up the lungs, and then the air's coming up into this area here, and then blown through the instrument, in this case the didgeridoo. So I've been trying to work out an exercise so you can do it anytime without playing anything, walking along the street, sitting in a chair, you know, watching TV. So what I've devised is this, where you, and this is, and why I'm doing this too, because only recently they did a report on the radio where they say that didgeridoo playing is very good for people who snore, if they want to stop snoring, not to make them snore, stopping snoring, and also sleep apnea, where they might not breathe for a few seconds, even half a minute, some people, and they wake up suddenly, and it's very disturbing for their sleep, and it's not good for their sleep pattern. So they were recommending learning to play didgeridoo or some other instrument where you're doing circular breathing. So I'm going to combine those two things, that is my exercise and this report on the radio. And what you're doing is, without playing the didge or any other instrument, you're just filling up the cheek area with air, with the teeth slightly clenched, in other words closed but not too tight, and then you try and expel the air from the mouth area through the lips so you make a sound. Like if I go, that's coming more from here. I'm blowing from this area here. But if I'm closing the mouth, not completely, but so it's nearly shut, filling up my lungs, you notice the cheeks are quite swollen, like with a trumpet player. So what you've got to do is have the lips so they're closed nearly completely, but not quite, and let the air come out so the lips vibrate to give you a sound. So you can tell whether you're doing the circular breathing or not. You'll notice you'll hear me quickly snatch the air in through my nostrils to refill in the lungs and then to come up here. So now it'll look a bit funny if you're walking along the street, but if you're by yourself and the car's going past, they won't even hear it. So, but it's an exercise to try and build up these cheek muscles and throat muscles, and apparently you can learn to play didgeridoo and other instruments like that, but it might help in your sleep at night and perhaps stop snoring. This is what I've been told recently. So, perhaps I'll do one more on that just to show you, and if you can quickly, how you quickly snatch in the air when you're doing the circular breathing. I'll just do one more time with the didgeridoo, and if you could focus on that, Daniel, where you're actually hearing my taking the air in very quickly through the nostrils, into the lung, and then coming up through into the mouth. So. Here we go. And what I'll do, you can hear, I'm trying to exaggerate the sound for the nostril so you can hear it, and I'll show you how you put that into a rhythm. First of all, I'll be taking the air in through the nostril, and I won't be trying to get a rhythm happening. It'll be a bit more smooth, very soft sound, and then with the intake of air, I will then highlight that with the rhythm from the instrument. So you'll hear not much at first, even though I'm breathing in through the nostril, then I'll exaggerate that. So I'm exaggerating the air intake, and it's reflected in the sound that you're producing. Okay.